What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with Will Leahey, who was known as Major Bedhead when he was in the military.
So yesterday, I was watching a pathetic excuse for a baseball game. The Red Sox gave up a 20 spot against the hideous Rockies. Just an atrocious attempt by the Sox here. But the game was marred by a benches clearing situation. I'd call it a brawl, but there was really no brawling that occurred. Cal Quantrill decided to just talk a lot of smack to Reese McGuire, who he just got out. Ninja, I'll let you take it from here.
I think Cal Quantrill gets 2 wins for this game. Not only did Cal Quantrill get the win in the traditional sense of the word, but after he got Reese McGuire to fly out here, he was excited. He's pumped up. Cal Quantrill is one of those guys. He gets excited. It looked like McGuire took a little exception to it, and then Cal Quantrill dropped the line of the season. He turns to Reese McGuire and says, "You off in a parking lot, you dumb which Reese McGuire allegedly did. Will, what do you think about this? Does Cal Quantrill get 2 wins here?
Ninja, I'm going to speak directly to Cal on this one. Listen here, Cal, you crossed the line, all right? Have you never been on a road trip? Never been just out in your car for a long time and need to explore your own body? How dare you? All right, it's on site between me and you. That's all I got to say about that.
I mean, I get it. You're generally Jeffrey Tubin it during these shows, so
That's right.
Totally cool. Will has no pants on, but we're not going to shame him for that because that's what dudes do. Anyway, Cal Quantrill had this wicked curveball and splitter as again the Rockies just myrtleated the Red Sox 20-7. He faced Nick Pivetta, who has his ups and downs, and this was definitely one of those downs. He had 6 Ks in 2 2/3 innings, which you might think was good, but he gave up 10 hits and 8 runs, 7 of them earned. Just not good, Nicky P. Now the rest of my whip around the league. Hunter Brown had 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run as the Astros rocketed past the A's 8-1. He had these sinkers, cutters, and changeups, and he's been really good since adding that sinker. I mean, virtually unhittable nowadays. And notably, Thordon Alvarez attended this game. I don't know what to say. He faced J.P. Sears, who had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 7 runs. He started out pretty well and had these sweepers. Justin Steele had 4 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs as the Brewers beat back the Cubs 3-2. These nasty fastballs. Look at these Mississippi fastballs. A lot of us like to call them cutters, but he calls it a fastball. They're nasty. Aaron Nola had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this front door 2-seamer, this wicked changeup. It's about as nasty a changeup as Nola has ever thrown, as well as this knuckle curve. But still, the Twins ran past the Phillies 5-4. Martin Perez had 2 Ks in 6 scoreless innings and had these changeups as the Pirates shut out the Cardinals 5-0. Sticking with this whole bird theme, the Blue Jays flew past the Rays 6-3. Yariel Rodriguez had 6 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on only 2 hits. He had his painted slider and splitter. And he faced Zach Eflin, who had 4 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs and had this cutter and curveball. The Reds beat the Braves 9-4. Frankly, the pitching wasn't that good this game. Frankie Montas had 6 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had this painted 2-seamer and slider. And Alan Winans didn't have a great outing. We'll skip him. Sean Manaea had 4 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs as the Mets staked their claim to being kings of New York by beating the Yankees 12-4. Manaea had these wicked sweepers. He faced Garrett Cole, who wasn't good yesterday. He had 4 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 6 runs and 3 home runs. They don't count, although they kind of do here. He had this cutter and sliders. Edward Cabrera had 6 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had this sinker, curveball for a sword. But the story of this game was this 95.1 mile an hour changeup from Edward Cabrera. Look at this thing. Disgusting. The Marlins drowned the Orioles 6-3. He faced Chase McDermott, who had 3 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this elevated fastball for a chase. The D-backs slithered past the Royals 8-6. Ryan Nelson had 2 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had these cutters. He faced Michael Wacha, who kind of flamed out. He only had 1 K in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He did have this wicked changeup. Wasn't a strikeout, though. Luis Castillo had 7 Ks and 6 scoreless innings. He had this painted fastball, this two-seamer and changeup. And he faced Griffin Canning, who had 6 Ks and 5 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this changeup for a sword and sliders. And Canning led the Angels to victory 2-1. The Guardians declawed the Tigers 2-1. Tanner Bybee had 4 Ks and 5 innings, giving up 1 run. Should we call him the Australian Beach Babe, Will?
It's a mouthful, but it kind of works.
Why do you think we would call him that? Because he's a Tanner Bybee. Tanner Bybee. Bybee had these changeups, and he faced Jack Flaherty, who had 6 Ks and 6 innings, giving up no earned runs. He had these fastballs and slider. Nathan Eovaldi had a great outing yesterday with 10 Ks and 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. Story of the game for Eovaldi were these nasty splitters over and over again. The Rangers stomped the White Sox 10-2. He faced Chris the Snake Flexen, who had 3 Ks and 4 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this cutter and changeup. The Giants dominated the Dodgers yesterday, 8-3. Robbie Ray returned. He started the game like absolute shit. He had 2 hit by pitches and 2 walks in the first inning. It looked like it was going to be a short outing for Robbie Ray. And what did he do? He just turned around and dominated. He gave up no hits in 5 innings with 8 strikeouts. He had these sliders, knuckle curves, and heaters up to 97 miles an hour. Is Robbie Ray back after this long layoff, Will? I think he is. Dominant stuff. He dominated the god of strikeouts, Tyler Glasnow, who had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had these hammer curveballs. And this amazing sequence right here. This is back-to-back pitches. I am so confused. One of these is a swing, and one isn't. I don't know what's going on here. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, Matt Waldron had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs as the Padres easily beat the Nats 12-3. And if we're talking Matt Waldron, we are talking what, Will?
Knuckleballs.
You nailed it, Will. Not only did Waldron change speeds on his knuckleball, here I overlaid an 83-mile-an-hour knuckleball with a 70-mile-an-hour knuckleball. It's unpredictable enough, Matt. What the are you doing here? But he also threw one of the scariest knuckleballs of all time. Look at this as Yepes jumps out of the way of this knuckleball that ended up in the middle of the plate. High, it's a ball, but he thought this thing was going to hit him, and look where this ended up. Absolute torture. He faced Mitchell Parker, who had 5 Ks in 3 innings, giving up 6 runs, had a few splitters, nothing special. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Jeff Hoffman had this dirty splitter. Hans Kraus had this slider for a sword. Yohan Duran had this splinker. Mark Leiter Jr. had this dirty splitter. Sam Mull had this wicked sweeper. Cole Sands had this splitter. Gregory Santos had this vicious slider. No relation to George Santos. Hunter Gaddis was absolutely disgusting with these changeups and slider. And Ildemaro Vargas proved that pitchers are athletes. All right, maybe he isn't really a pitcher, but he's playing one here.
We'll count it.
My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, Nate Eovaldi splitters. At number 4, Robbie Ray's stuff. Welcome back, Robbie Ray. At number 3, Edward Cabrera's 95.1-mile-an-hour changeup. And number 2, Emmanuel Clase with this absolutely perfect 100-mile-an-hour cutter. You do not throw cutters any better than this, and I have no idea how any player in the history of baseball could ever hit this. Your bat would turn into firewood if you tried. And at number 1, yes, it's Matt Waldron and the scariest knuckleball, maybe of all time. And now my pitching ninja moment of Zen. My daughter was at the Mets-Yankees game yesterday, and these are the texts I got from her. The context of this is we were on a thread with my son, and my son said, when I go to games, I get pitching matchups. You have this great pitching matchup. I told her that the AL Cy Young Award winner from last year was pitching, Garrett Cole, and these are the texts I got. My picks of the day today, I'm going to start with Taj Bradley for 5Ks or more, then take Corbin Burns for 6Ks or more, Max Scherzer for 6Ks or more, and Dylan Cease for 6Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?